Hello, and welcome to celiac.com news. Subscribe to our channel to get the latest celiac disease and gluten-free diet news. And if you have any questions, be sure to join the celiac.com forum online at celiac.com. And now let's move on to the latest celiac.com news. The science of the gluten brain. What happens to your mood, memory, and focus after accidental exposure? For people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, the effects of accidental gluten exposure go far beyond an upset stomach. One of the most distressing responses is the cognitive and emotional chaos, often referred to as the gluten brain. This isn't just a catchy term, it describes a real and debilitating reaction that can include brain fog, mood swings, and trouble thinking clearly. After exposure, many people experience forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and emotional instability. Some describe it as feeling sedated or hungover. These symptoms can last for hours or even days. While this phenomenon is common among those with gluten-related disorders, it's still widely misunderstood. Take Sarah, a teacher with celiac disease. After accidental exposure, she struggles to find the right words and forgets her students' names. Jacob, a college student with non-celiac gluten sensitivity, says he feels emotionally overwhelmed and out of control, crying or getting angry for no apparent reason. Stories like theirs are echoed in countless support groups. Despite how disruptive the symptoms are, people often feel invisible because their distress isn't obvious to others. So why does this happen? The answer lies in the gut-brain connection. When someone with celiac disease consumes gluten, it triggers an immune reaction in the small intestine, but the inflammation doesn't stop there. Cytokines, inflammatory chemicals released in the gut, can travel through the bloodstream and cross into the brain, affecting cognition and mood. On top of that, gluten exposure can disrupt the gut microbiome, which plays a critical role in producing neurotransmitters that help regulate emotion and focus. In rare cases, gluten may even directly affect the brain, as seen in conditions like gluten ataxia. Science is still uncovering the full picture. Research has found elevated inflammation markers in people with celiac disease after gluten exposure. Some people produce antibodies to gluten that mistakenly attack brain tissue. And imaging studies hint at possible changes in brain structure and blood flow among those with untreated celiac. While these studies are small, they support what many already know from experience. Gluten exposure can seriously impact brain function. In fact, mood disorders like depression, anxiety, and even ADHD-like symptoms appear more often in people with celiac or gluten sensitivity, especially when their condition is undiagnosed or poorly managed. This matters because it helps validate the lived experience of countless people who are often dismissed when they talk about brain fog. It's not in their head, it's in their biology. Understanding this can lead to earlier diagnoses, better treatment strategies, and more empathy from friends, family, and coworkers. When someone says they can't think straight after being glutened, it's not an exaggeration. It's a real and distressing side effect of an immune response gone awry. If you've been glutened and feel mentally off, there are a few things that might help. Start by hydrating well to support detoxification. Give your brain a break, rest, reduce screen time, and avoid high-stress tasks. Support your gut with probiotics or gut-healing foods like bone broth or leafy greens. Anti-inflammatory meals with ingredients like turmeric and omega-3 rich salmon may also help. Keep a journal to track how long symptoms last and what helps ease them. And most importantly, seek support. You're not alone in this. While more research is needed, education and compassion are powerful tools. We need more studies to understand exactly how gluten affects the brain and who is most at risk. Until then, validating people's experiences and helping them protect their mental health is critical. The brain, just like the gut, can be a casualty of gluten exposure. For people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, brain fog isn't just frustrating, it can be debilitating. But with better awareness, we can turn confusion into clarity and help people reclaim their focus, mood, and peace of mind. To get the latest celiac disease news and information, be sure to subscribe to celiac.com news. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.